You recording?
Yep.
Hello, everyone. I'm SuperDazza.
And I'm not.
I thought I'd catch you out. Oh, but the plan
What?
was to
Okay.
ask you when you started recording, and then I would instantly say hello, everyone. I'm SuperDazza, and see whether you'd get caught out or not. That was the plan. And we are. This is it now.
No, I know. I'm aware of that.
Cool.
My plan was to not say I'm Purley and say something else and see what you do.
So we both had plans to
We both had plans.
kiss each other off.
And then the other person having plans fucked up our plans.
Yeah, and this is probably the probably the worst podcast to try and piss each other off because we're probably both in the worst states that we've been in for a podcast.
So yeah, I'm a
well,
bit
you've been
ill.
drunk
And you
for one of
haven't.
the podcasts, but that's
True. I'm a bit ill, and you haven't slept in 27 hours.
27 hours isn't
As
really
evidenced by how long it took you to say that one sentence.
Yeah.
And how many I
yeah.
started laughing there because you took about 5 minutes to say like 3 words.
Yeah, you might have to bear with me on this one. Actually, do you want to host? Do you feel like hosting? I have a dairy milk caramel bar. I have a big bar here. I've just I don't know. I could snack on it whilst you talk. What do you do anyway? Like you kind of just nod and say,
I just sit here. I have a
Yeah.
great job.
Damn it. Should I just send you over the agenda? Just read.
But
what's
you
on the
know
agenda.
everything.
Well, I mean,
What the Jesus? You know everything.
okay.
Yep. I
You're
don't know
being
what that was,
attacked.
but I'm sure it's fine.
Oh god. Well, bear with us, I guess, both of us. But we do have a good podcast, and I'm very looking forward to it. Very
looking forward.
very.
Okay.
But as always, it seems now we do need to start it off with mistakes section, which I haven't got a better name with.
What is that?
Yeah, but we love we love to make mistakes, and there was one mistake we made in the last podcast. Well, I made in the last podcast in the awards for Community Concepts was meant to be out last week and wasn't.
Right, okay. It's
so
that mistake.
It is that was a mistake. And I think we have tweeted saying that it's also going to be this Sunday, but I don't know. We're still talking about things. Follow us on Twitter, NomNetworkYT. Keep you updated if you're interested.
Yeah. Basically, the same reason Danny hasn't slept in the last day is the reason that it's late.
Yeah.
He had to go to uni and had to have work to. I can't. So selfish, really.
I know. I'm so sorry. I had a birthday as well in the last week. A
The
singular
nerve
birthday.
of this guy.
I know.
Jesus.
I'm sorry. Sorry, I'm just opening my chocolate. So, I'm just having a little picnic. Hold on. Right.
Make it ASMR. Do it. Don't do it.
No,
Please
okay.
don't do it.
Right. So, that's the only mistake, though, I think.
That's
Now
not bad.
I'm not just eating. Right. Hold on. Okay, put it that way. That's not bad. No.
Bearing in mind we spend about between an hour and 2 hours talking out of our complete arses, having no idea what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Even though we really should. I'm amazed there was no mistakes that
I
weren't
really
our
should.
fault.
I really should. You've got an excuse. In that it's
Yeah.
your job not to know. But speaking of you not knowing stuff, you do know about the last patch notes because you watched them.
I do. Yes.
That's
Good
exciting.
patch.
It was a very good patch.
Good God. Get it?
No. It's actually a world serpent.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He's massive. He's massive!
Well, I don't know. He's alright, I guess. This is going to be I'm just going to have a monotone voice this whole thing. It's going to be such good content.
This is going to be great.
Christ almighty. Right. I mean, any normal person... I mean, we are recording this on on the Monday it's coming out.
It is already a day late.
Yeah. Imagine if we did record the podcast. Like I only just handed in, like, for the deadline. Imagine if we also
and you
record
didn't
the podcast.
sleep last night, so...
Yeah. Right, anyway. Let's get on with some Smite.
What are the sections? What are the things?
Well, we just done mistakes. Now we're on to patch notes. But there are sections in patch notes. We'll save the best till last. This is why I'm suggesting, do you want to do the hosting?
Because this is the absolute worst.
You might not know anything that's going on in the podcast, but you're going to do a better job than me.
Okay, I can read off the agenda if you send it to me.
Should I do that? Hold on. I'm just going to... Hold on, I'm going to turn on screen share.
I'm not going to have context.
I'm going to turn on screen share on the agenda. Right, here you go. There's screen share.
God, this is... Oh, I shouldn't be saying this. This feels wrong.
It does, doesn't it? Dirty. But
okay, so the mistake section was just the awards. That's fine. It was just
awards. Yeah, great. Okay, now that you've got the agenda... Hold on, let me get my tablet.
In the patch notes, there was quite a few exciting things. Jormungandr, that happened. But deserter penalties are being, in my opinion, approved. So there's already a repeated deserter. It scales up. So the more you desert games, the worse the punishment. But it's now being changed to be less severe on the front end and more severe on the back end. So if you desert just once, it's going from a 30-minute to a 5-minute deserter timer, I think. I haven't actually got them open. This is from memory.
I didn't realise there were deserter penalties.
Yes. Good question, Danny. Deserter penalties happen when you leave the game.
This is terrible.
And then Sorry?
This is terrible.
It is.
This is awful. I don't like this. You did a great job.
There while I explained things.
You did a great job as host, and you remembered the deserter penalties thing, which was very good. Because I didn't remember it, but I don't like going
This is what I've done for 16 podcasts.
Yeah.
Sit there and go and wait for you to ask for my opinion.
That's right. There you go. Stop sharing the screen. You don't get. Oh. There's an end section later on as well that you can't see.
That is true.
Right.
But on the back end of the deserter penalty, if you'll let me fucking finish, the maximum penalty has gone from, I think it's gone from 1 day to 5 days or something. No.
No, the
3 days?
reset time has gone from 1 day to 5 days.
Right. Okay. What's the max penalty gone to then?
What has it gone to? Good question.
I haven't got the agenda anymore.
I know, but what do you think it is?
I think the max penalty's gone from like... I don't know, I'm tempted to say 10 hours to 3 days.
Bear in mind the reset time was 1 day before, and then that's 5 days. No, it's 4. So on the upper end, it's 4 hours to 1 day, which is
okay,
quite big. But also, on the lower end, it's 30 minutes to 10 minutes. I mean, like,
good change. I'm happy for that. Punishing people whose internet die less. Yeah. Punishing people who are actively leaving games more. Yeah,
good. Overall,
a day's deserter is ridiculous, but also amazing at the same time.
If you've DC'd 4 times, then there's clearly... I mean, like, maybe twice, and then you realise I shouldn't be queuing, and, like, because, I don't know, either your internet is bad or you're just an arse. If it's the internet thing, then after, like, 2 games, you realise I shouldn't be queuing anymore. And if you do Q, then you are a burden to your team, and you probably should deserve to get punished. So fuck you, honestly. Christ,
Yeah, I can get behind that.
I'm not in the mood. Get out of here. Sorry.
He is not in the mood. He's very sleep deprived.
Have we mentioned that? I don't know if we mentioned that.
No, not enough.
I haven't got enough sleep. Also Totem of Ku. I wanted to. I mean, there's not necessarily any balance changes made to this, but I thought I'd bring them up anyway because they're kind of funny. Fixed an issue where Totem would gain significantly more health per kill than the Nintendo's 200, so it was becoming a lot more harder to kill progressively. The Totem of Ku can no longer be targeted or affected by god-only abilities, and it can no longer be attacked when it is inactive, to stop things like Bologna heal for 3 and the likes.
Also, Neath could alter, I believe, before.
Yes,
which is one of the main things they're addressing.
That's just so dumb. I want to see. Did Nuar like attack it?
Oh, I don't know.
That's interesting.
Also, give vision of it and attack it. Oh, it's there. Okay.
Actually, there was a bug. I think they fixed it now. There was a bug where you could like move it with walls. Did you see that?
What, the Totem of Ku?
Yeah, some people managed to get it into a fountain.
Why isn't that a thing?
I know.
Just the war over the Ku is just who can push it the furthest.
Oh my god, yes. As like a. Oh my god, yeah.
That would actually be a fun mini game. Why isn't that an adventure?
Make that an adventure, yeah.
Push this thing into your enemy's base or your base or whatever. Everyone picks Kuzumbo and Jing-chan and whatever.
That's very
and
cool.
whatever.
And whatever, Yeah, I agree. Let's talk about Speed Buff and Assassin's Blessing as well. Got a bit of a change. Speed Buff. The Speed Buff was decreased. Shut up. That is like, what else? The Speed Buff's Speed Buff was decreased from 10% to 5%, but that 5% was added on to the evolved version of Assassin's Blessing, and evolved Assassin's Blessing also got 5 penetration less. Hi-Res say that essentially the 10% movement speed was essentially too much, and it allowed junglers to be able to do a lot more and a lot quicker, so they reduced it and they put the 5% movement speed on Assassin's Blessing, on the evolved Assassin's Blessing, because then you're getting that extra 5% movement speed at a healthier stage of the game for you to be getting that, which I can agree with, I think.
Yeah, it was just jungler early games were a bit obnoxious.
Yeah, most definitely.
Most definitely.
Like the highest of definitelys.
We should count how many times this podcast our back and forth to just the same words repeated, because it's been at least 3 or 4 times that we've just said the same word.
I don't know if you know this or anything, but I haven't got enough sleep recently.
You haven't got enough sleep?
No. So that might happen.
Right.
Yeah.
You literally sound like you could fall asleep any second.
Yeah. Like if
Should we have planned a nap before this?
If you start talking and I just don't respond, you just assume.
I'll give you a call.
Yeah, just assume. Just shout down the microphone or something. Let's talk about Freya. Finally, Freya has been hit. She's been fucking. She's dead. She's. I don't know whether she's dead or not. I haven't really had a chance to play with her on PTS or anything, but she's definitely not as much of an arsehole as she used to be. The main thing is that her 1 is no longer a single burst. It's now 5 versions of the overall thingy. it does overall more damage if you hit all the 5 things, but that requires you to hit all the 5 things, and that's over a longer time than one big burst.
Yeah, I swear this was a community suggestion that we talked about in the last podcast.
It was actually something that Horus said themselves.
Right, okay.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's more aim-based, more based on... Your damage isn't your ability to hit one basic, it's your ability to hit 5 in a row to sustain that damage, which is a really good change,
but overall,
making her more skill-based.
Overall, it does give her lower DPS, but higher damage.
Yeah,
output.
no, if you hit all 5 basics, you got a higher damage output. But
this is good. They also decreased the self-heal from her too, but reduced the mana cost of her too. I'm not entirely sure whether I like that. What?
Sorry.
Okay.
No one's made it this far. Everyone's gotten bored at this point.
Yeah.
I'm just here to laugh at you because you have to do this. Even though you keep just trailing off sentences.
Is it that obvious?
Okay.
Right, come on.
You've said sentences twice in a row.
I've stopped talking about SMITE. I've just gone on to Realm Royale now. Christ. But her mana, so the mana on her 2 has been reduced, but the heal on it has also been reduced. I'm not entirely sure whether I like the mana being reduced. I liked how much mana it was getting taken off each time you use it. Like, it was something you had to play around. It was something that you had to keep switching between ranged and melee in order to get the best of both worlds.
Yeah, I mean, the issue is that at the same time, mana management isn't necessarily a fun mechanic.
It's true, but also I completely agree with you, and I will be the one to say that mana management, I would be happy if they just got rid of mana from the game entirely.
Well,
However,
I mean, that's pushing it.
Yeah, I know it's pushing it. But I still think that Freya's was fun. It was fun because there was a way to regain it back. Is the thing. A lot of the times you don't have that option. But with Freya, there was something. There was there was a quest that you had to do in order to regain your mana back, which was just basic and kind of a risk to get back ranged basics, which I kind of liked. And I don't know whether it's going to change a huge amount. It going down.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's in general a not liked mechanic.
Yeah.
Compared to many other things, many other ways of doing it.
However, if you're not going to have it, if you're going to keep mana in the game, you need to have people like Freya. You can't if mana's going to stay in the game, you can't just. Sorry, if mana's going to stay in the game, you can't just have have every god that never runs out of mana.
Mana and Smite has never really been a matter of you need to only use a few abilities, really be careful, I'll sparingly use an ability here and there. It's been more a matter of sustain and a matter of I can't fight, I'm completely out of mana. Mm-hmm. And it's more a matter of needing to back when you're completely out after 5 minutes than it is saving abilities, and that's why it's there.
Yeah.
This is leaning her into the less fun, I'm out of mana because I've used 3 abilities, and then basic 4 times and cleared a wave.
Fair enough.
Also, we know from many surveys and stuff that old Freya was more fun and better received. It was just harder to balance.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think to play against her, everyone was just starting to just get pissed off, just because of that huge burst. And wait, you talking old Freya as in old Freya? Is this what you're talking?
How old?
As in before her actual rework. I thought you meant old Freya as in the patch that we're currently on.
No, I'm talking,
You're talking
like
old. Yeah, right.
Old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree with you. Yeah. The reason is because it was hard to balance.
Very hard to balance. It is fair enough.
Change that.
What is the next topic, Danny? Oh, okay.
So what do you think?
I was in the middle of drinking.
See, that was what I was hoping.
Down myself.
You drinking was actually what I was hoping would happen, like, when you started recording. I was hoping, like, you started recording and then just, like, take a sip, and then, like, I'd say, hello everyone, SuperDazza, and then you'd be, like, drinking. And...
Well, I mean, you got there in the end. That's kind of, like...
Yeah.
I actually just dribbled water down myself because you made me laugh when I was in the middle. I wasn't expecting you to make any kind of joke there. It
wasn't a joke. That was a natural human process. I'm sorry.
You should be sorry for your natural human process.
Speaking of natural human processes, Odin's up next.
Wait.
And his ult is getting rid of the attack speed slow to it, and its duration now scales per level. Cool. I like that. It did feel a little bit weird having the attack speed slow in it, kind of. And
it seemed out of place.
Yeah, and also giving the duration change or scaling the duration per level gives people a reason to now level it.
Yeah.
Whether they still will level it for an extra, like 0.5 seconds.
And whether that'll make Odin any better than he is currently.
I see this as a definite nerf. And he is, he's pretty good right now. Like, he is one of the strongest. From what I've seen and heard, he's, like, one of the strongest, solo laners, I think, right now. But, yeah, so yeah, probably deserved nerf, just a little tweak. And finally, before we get onto the big guy, let's talk about a little guy who turns into a big guy. Vamana.
That was...
Well, I said small guy, and then I realised, hold on, the changes to his ult, which...
I wonder how an ulting Vamana compares in size to Jormungandr.
I've seen it. I think Jormungandr is still bigger.
Oh, he is. But I wonder, how close you can get.
Yeah. And... Yeah, so, I mean, I think this was hot fixed, but Vamana can now collide with players only. So
yes, and that was rolled out the patch the day after.
Yes, and
I'm pretty sure
so we can now body block.
Which is, I mean,
and he can also body
Thor wall blocks him, but Thor wall. What am I saying?
You're saying Thor wall a lot.
Like, Ymir wall doesn't block him, but Cupid does.
Ymir wall doesn't. Oh, I see. Yes, but also, one thing that I heard and kind of felt as well was when playing Vamana, when you're in his ult, you kind of, when you're sticking to a target, you almost you almost rely on body blocking the enemy whilst you're hitting them, and also a good way of sticking to them is to hit their hitbox.
Yeah. Also, something Ajax mentioned is that it was common for people to stand on top of the person they're trying to hit and then actually not hit them.
Yes.
Because they're literally standing over them.
Was it Ajax that said that? Okay, I thought that was a conversation I had with, a friend. Ajax is a friend. That's probably what it was.
What? Also, something that I just thought of, it would have been weird if he ulted through Jormungandr.
Oh, as in... Oh, God,
bearing in mind...
Hold on.
He would just... The two biggest things in the game would just walk through each other.
I'd like to see that. Anyway. Oh, let me just finish this chocolate.
It's fine. No one's waiting. Seriously, no one's waiting. It's just me now.
Speaking of Jormungandr.
Yep.
Moving on to official. Let's talk about Jormungandr.
Woo!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you got over your like huge
Nope.
erection that you got from last time? Okay.
Nope.
Okay.
Still erect. It hasn't stopped.
You've been erect. You've been erect for 2 weeks straight.
Two and a bit weeks.
Blimey.
Still going strong.
Wow. That's something.
Yeah, no, he's just awesome. The only thing, so I was worried about his ult. From the start, I said that last podcast, and like they did it well. They avoided the issue that I thought he was gonna have. Which was to like show his true length, show his whole size. Yeah. But the only thing, and I mean, for those of you who don't know, his ult is that he like leaps out the ground and in this massive arc
who doesn't
and goes
know
back
at this
into
point?
the ground.
Christ!
No.
Why are you listening to a Smite podcast when you haven't even like watched the Jormungandr God reveal? Like, go and watch that. Like, just close the tab that we're on. Christ.
Yeah, it's more entertaining. Close our tab and go to that one.
Yeah, like,
and
like why are you still watching this? Well, we're essentially what we are right now is just two old guys.
Where are you going?
Like, we're just like I'm tired and I'm picking fights with everything, and you're ill and cranky, and we're old. We're old guys.
That didn't go as well as he thought it would, did it? So
no. And this is my point. And we're not even entertaining.
Here he goes again.
Close the tab. Sorry.
Please. If no one listens, we can stop. Yeah. So his ult, he jumps out the ground, goes back into the ground, and then his arc collapses, and then he goes to the next one. The arc collapses, and that is so as to not show his true size, which I understand. But I would kind of prefer it, and it would kind of be more impressive if, as he leaped, like all his previous leaps stayed there.
Yeah, I love that idea.
I just think that would be so cool if, like,
I think it would be enough if it did happen, because they wouldn't like do damage straight away when slamming down.
I mean, to be fair, it would be a buff, because currently I don't think you can walk underneath it. Can you?
Yeah, you can.
Can you?
Because you can be underneath it for the slam down. Like, it does damage when it slams down.
Okay, but like for the ultimate slam down, it would still do. I don't know. Anyway, I just think it would be really cool if you could just see like 3 massive arcing things around the map, and that's Jormungandr, and that's Yorkie boy ulting around you, and then they all collapse at once, just like vroom.
It would look really cool. I don't know. I've seen a couple of people saying that he's not going to necessarily be a pro pick, and he's going to be more like, I don't know. He might be. He might be more like a novelty kind of character. I see it similar to like Cho'Gall from Here's the Storm, potentially, where he's the guy that like 2 people control at once. Where he's not exactly like viable professionally, but he's a cool character to have in the game. And a selling point.
He isn't exactly as extreme as Cho'Gall. Like,
oh no, but also,
I'm sure that Hi-Rez will be able to balance him somewhat.
True.
Somewhat.
So somewhat.
Somewhat from 2. Yes.
I don't know. We'll have to see. I've managed to play him like a little bit in the.
I hope he'll be viable.
Yeah. Did we? Yeah.
What?
Just thinking. Did we talk about him before? Like his abilities? We didn't, did we? We didn't. No. Never didn't.
Not in this podcast. No.
No. Okay.
Do we need to? I mean, they've already closed the tab and they're watching the God reveal right now. So.
Well, that's the thing, and yeah, that's why I was going to suggest we just like talk about each ability briefly. You know, they have just, I mean, hopefully they know what Control Shift T is, and they've opened the tab back up again to come and listen to us again.
Hopefully.
Also, we're talking as if like they can't have multiple tabs open at once. But let's talk about each ability, I guess, quickly. So his passive is immovable. He is immovable. What?
Sorry, you keep doing little things. It's obviously your tired state, and it's just so that time, as you kind of did a wind up to the sentence,
right?
You kind of went so. This ability, I don't know what it was, but
I'll tell you what it was. It was
your voice
sleep
kind of
deprivation.
scaled up.
Deprivation.
Deprivation. This ability.
Is it deprivation or deprecation? Depreciation.
Oh my god. We've actually, do you not? You wouldn't know this if you had
deprivation.
Yes.
Yeah, sleep deprivation.
Well done.
Deprecation is to be deprecated, and that's not. Depreciation.
It's not a fucking word. Depreciation's a word.
Deprecated's a word.
No, it's not.
Yeah, they use it when there's certain things in code that works but is like not being worked on anymore.
That's depreciated.
That's deprecated. Look, I'm googling deprecated. Express disapproval of. Another term for depreciate as well.
Oh, okay. So it's just a different way of saying depreciated.
But it's also express disapproval of.
Right.
There you go.
This is what you came here for, folks, isn't it? What's the next topic? Go.
Immovable. We're talking about his passive. We're talking about Jormungandr's passive.
Oh.
And he can't be affected by hard displacement. That's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool.
I like it. Next.
I like it too.
His one, he makes a circle and can make multiple of them, and he can.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, and also it damages enemies when they walk into it.
I like that.
Slows them. That's pretty cool. But it has more things, like it increases the size of his 2. And
wow.
Yeah. Which is a tremble and a slow.
What? They know what his abilities are.
Yeah, I know, but just in case they don't. Like, they may have not listened to us. Like, the thing is, Adam, what you're forgetting is the fact that if anyone is still listening, they're probably just, like, listening and not really paying attention. So they probably didn't even hear us say, go watch this stuff. Probably didn't even know Jormungandr has come out.
They probably have no idea who we are or what they're talking about.
Exactly. Like, or we've just been put on for some miracle. We've been put on, like, I don't know, they've fallen asleep at their computer and they've woken up because autoplay's been playing.
That's probably what it is.
And they're listening to it. If that's happening right now,
someone's freaked the fuck out. Alternatively, this podcast could be used in the future as a torture device. Just put someone in a room with headphones with this playing to them.
Yeah,
they'll probably go insane.
Yeah, Christ. No, that's way too harsh. Like, no one deserves that. Each class,
the Geneva Convention.
So
SMITE Community Podcast, episode 17.
This is what they listen to on, like, death row. So
death row, you get nice things. That's the point of death row. I mean, you get, like, your last meal and stuff.
What? Do you really expect? I'm not even going to argue. He does stuff with his 2, and it increases in size based on how many things he's standing in.
Right.
That's pretty cool. His 3, though. Would you like to talk about his 3?
Oh.
Unless you don't want to.
Oh wait, what did you say?
Do you want to talk about his 3?
Okay. So his 3, he goes underground. He goes vroom, and then he goes vroom, vroom, he sends out ultrasonic, ultraviolet waves, and they reflect back, and he can see gods through walls if they're stealth. But it's got a massive range on it. And like, yeah, you send out circles, and when the circle hits a god, it's like a sonar thing. That's the word, sonar. And you see them in a little red outline. And when he comes out with his 2, if he comes out onto one of his puddles from his 1, he makes 2 more puddles. You're welcome. Oh, and he knocks people up when he comes out.
Did you also mention he's stealthed?
You mean the main part of the ability?
That you didn't mention.
It'd be kind of stupid if I didn't mention it now, wouldn't it, Demi?
Didn't.
And he's stealthed.
There we go. And his ultimate...
And it's a soft stealth, so when he's damaged, you can see him, which is kind of weird because he's underground, but it's fine.
His ultimate is actually called the World Serpent. I didn't realise it was called that. Would you like to explain his ult, seeing as anime?
We just explained it.
Hey, okay, yeah, sure. So that's Jormungandr. He's a big boy.
And he's massive.
He's huge.
He's like the size of the tower. He's fucking huge.
Yeah.
It's amazing. He can see
cool.
mid-harpies from mid lane just by looking over the fucking wall. It's brilliant.
Yep, or the regular wall. Either one will do. So that's it for them for the patch notes for 5. See, this is the thing. They're not called numbers anymore. That's something we have to talk about. The patch notes aren't going to be called numbers anymore, which sucks. So that's not the 5.2 update.
That's it for the Jormungandr patch. Jormungandr patch. I'm just going to say every sentence with that god's name in twice because I still legitimately don't know how you say it.
Do you want me to teach you?
Okay.
Merlin. Go on.
Jormungandr.
Yeah, well done. So,
cool.
Let's move on to what we used to call official. I'd like to start calling it news, if that's all right with you.
That's all right with me.
Good, if that's all right with everyone. I'm going to start calling it news, or news/official, if I'm feeling risque, which I'm not. I'm going to call it news. So, first thing on the docket is there's a new SMITE trailer that came out, and it's pretty cool. And
I didn't see that.
Yeah, it's a pretty good promotional thing. It shows off a lot of the new gods, and yeah, it uses all the whole thing. I think is used with in-game assets, but it looks incredible. And it looks like cinematic and stuff, even though they've used like in-game assets, because it just looks amazing.
The in-game assets are really good.
They're really
SMITE,
good
when you look at them.
Even
like I've had to look into them for a few things for the channel that may or may not happen at any point.
Yeah,
they're all just really good. Like I can see how they make cinematics because they just literally use the in-game god models. They have like face rigs and everything. It's crazy.
Well, Ryu, Richard, the band director, says in the comments to one of the Reddit posts about the trailer. He does say SMITE. Like I think Ryu's the one that's worked on like League before, right? I think he's been on like Riot and stuff. But he says like SMITE has amazing in-game art, the best in the genre, in his opinion. Obviously, he says he's biased, but I think we hit a renaissance last year. Yeah, I mean,
I can agree with that. I've always loved SMITE's designs.
Yeah.
Like people say League looks good. Like really good.
League
and I always
looks
get confused by that.
League looks good like from its perspective, because like it doesn't have to be as high quality models because you're looking at them from further away, I guess.
That is true.
But yeah. I'm
gonna look at that cinematic. That's cool though.
Yes, yeah, watch it. It's very cool.
What's the storyline? If you were to do a trailer for the cinematic, Danny. What's
Trailer for the trailer.
it about? Why should I watch it?
It's about some gods.
I'm sold. Next topic.
So Twitch Prime is a thing, and it was announced in the last update notes that there's going to be some skins and content and stuff coming for Twitch Prime members, and we now know that there are there has been one bundle that's come out with the King Arthur skin and
yes.
those other things, but there's also 3 more coming out at some point between now and March 25th potentially, and looks like 3 more skins are waiting as well on like this is on the kind of promotional screen for the Twitch Prime stuff.
Awesome.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
And I have Twitch Prime, so I get it for free. Haha.
If you don't have a Twitch Prime, get Twitch Prime. Whoa. Yeah.
Okay.
If you don't have Twitch Prime, get Twitch Prime. It's good.
Yeah, Tits Prime's pretty good.
So, no. Please.
Oh wait, we're not talking about oh okay. We're not talking about Tits Prime. It's also good. Like I recommend subscribe. Anyway,
subscribe.
Subscribe. Yeah, like a magazine service.
To
do you
who?
remember
Tits
magazines?
Prime? Oh, you're saying Tits Prime is like a nuts equivalent or something like that.
A nuts equivalent, yes.
Tits Prime. And there's a
It's very
tits,
unsubtle.
which is free and it's not quite as good.
It's extremely
but Tits
unsubtle.
Prime is like...
Yeah. It's just kind of anyway, more kind of official things. This is more of a leak than anything. The
Take your time.
yeah, I will do. Set and Horus were accidentally put into like the game, I think on PTS potentially or something.
What, put into the game?
Their icon, or not their icons, but their stats or like difficulty roll and type and their title and stuff like that, and everything was even though it says they're both, or it says Set Norse, but you know. I mean, Ajax does preface this.
This sounds like reliable information.
Ajax does preface this by saying these gods are super early in development. No actual art assets are created yet. Their abilities mostly didn't even function, and I wouldn't say anything is confirmed. So, yeah.
But what did it say though?
It did say Set is the god of the Red Sands. I'm going to assume Egyptian, not Norse. Type melee, physical, roll assassin.
Okay.
So Set's gonna be an assassin. Well, right now, difficulty average. That's all we know. It had the.
I mean, isn't Set is the evil one?
Isn't Horus the evil one?
Horus might be the evil one.
I thought Set was like Geb's.
Potentially.
Female.
That would explain why he's got a really weird...
He's rock hard.
That would explain why his title is really weird. Hers? What gender is...
Oh, it is a god.
Set?
Wait. I thought they were like... I mean...
I don't know. That would explain why their title is really weird, because it's probably too similar to Geb's.
Oh no, Geb's is Nut, isn't it? Hold on. Nut is the deity that Geb is.
Okay.
Yeah. Which is even better.
Nut Prime. It's the next next Prime bundle.
Oh god. I'm fairly certain that I don't know, that's something to do again. But yes, no. So Set is a male god.
Okay.
And he is he's the god of war, chaos, and storms. So yeah, he sounds pretty bad. And Horus is just a falcon-headed dude. doesn't really sound too evil.
I mean, falcons are kind of dicks a lot of the time.
You think?
Yeah.
You think
I
it's
don't
going to
like
be a
falcons.
giant dick? Not physically, or maybe physically. It's just going to be a phallic model.
Is there anything for Horus released then, or is it mainly set?
No, for both of them, the same things have been released for both of them, which isn't much. The last thing I want to say about set is that it has Jackaltech Anubis's icon as a placeholder in the game. Well, it did. And Horus, god of the sky, Egyptian, type melee physical, role warrior, difficulty average, and has the Phoenix Ra skin icon as a placeholder.
Nice.
So Horus is a warrior and Set as an assassin. I think people kind of knew that anyway from like data mining and stuff, but there you go.
I'm excited.
More
I mean,
official.
they've had such a good run for gods recently.
Mm-hmm.
Like, on the one hand, I want them to keep it up, but on the other hand, they kind of like overdue for kind of like a flop.
Yes, weird, isn't it? And also, I feel like the thing is though, with like the last 4 gods, you've said like Yule, Merlin, Arthur, and Hera, like all of the, like these 4 are like are ones that I know, but I'm not too like I don't really know much about Set and Hera. Set and Horus. I don't know how hype I'll be for them. Because obviously, like, I know Jormungandr, I'm familiar with Merlin and Arthur, and Hera.
It's easy to get hyped about the world serpent.
Yeah, and like Hera, the wife of Zeus, and and
who was before Hera?
Pele.
Oh, okay.
So obviously you got Pele, Baron, and Chernobog, who are all different all different pantheons. So yeah,
but I mean, to be fair, Set and Horus have been requested for a long time.
That's true.
So
yeah,
I'm excited for this.
Pretty cool.
I mean, Set and Horus, like, I don't know enough about them, but I trust Hi-Rez. God.
Mm-hmm.
If you'd have asked me, like, 2 years ago, do you trust Hi-Rez to just release an awesome god? I would say no way. Like, they were in a rut for a while, but I actually trust Hi-Rez to release a good god, and to release a god that I'm excited to play.
Yeah.
And when I play them, will be fun.
Yeah. Looking forward to it. There was rumours that they were going to be released at the same time, but I don't know how true that is.
That'll be interesting. A double release.
And one more quick leak kind of thing. Some skins were leaked. Some of them coming out next patch, some coming out this patch. But one that hasn't really been spoken about really by Hi-Rez is an Athena skin that has a very similar look to her SPL skin. I think I can't remember what team. The shirt skins, the ones where like the gods have shirts on.
The shirt skins.
Yeah, it's got like
as opposed to the shirtless skins.
Yeah, the ones where like you got like the SPL logo on it, like the team logo, the team skins. You know what I mean?
Well done. You got there eventually. Yeah, I'm proud of you.
You didn't say like yes or no, so I was going until you said something.
I was just waiting for you to finish. I wanted to see how long you'd go on for.
This skin is essentially a recolor of Athena's like team skin with another logo on it, replacing the team logo. It says SMITE Blitz on it, with SMITE in little lower, with SMITE in like the SMITE logo in little, like a small thing at the top, and then Blitz in big across the chest.
Cool.
What the hell is that? It's definitely an unannounced project, and
Blitz.
I mean, are we going to get a Smite mobile game?
Oh, don't release more games. None of them have worked. Don't assume they will.
Are you talking about Paladins and Realm Royale?
No, like they were trying to make like Smite-based games. I'm thinking of
Hand of the Gods and Rivals.
Tactics.
Yeah, that's Hand of the Gods.
Is it?
Yeah, it was renamed Hand of the Gods.
Oh.
Yeah.
Cool.
To rub it in our faces that they got rid of Hand of the Gods.
Which was a great item.
Cool. Sorry, I'm eating chocolate again.
Okay.
So it's a big bar. So that's it. For now on news. More on that later. Let's go into community.
Is that the end segment?
Now. I mean, it's a little bit better than just more news. I'm not just going to say the end section. It's part 2. No. Okay, this is crazy.
Community.
Right?
Yep.
Community stuff now. This is crazy. So what I tend to do is I look on Reddit and stuff and I upvote things so that I come back to them later on and I can make up the agenda, right? It's just a way
Can you see your past upvotes on Reddit?
You can see your personal ones, yeah. I don't think you can see like other people's, but
how? Anyway, yep.
And you just go on your own profile, and so Kukulkan,
You're doing really well. It's okay. You got this.
Oh, right. Okay. So anyway, I upvote a lot of things, and I'm making the agenda out of it. And I only realised today, while I was making the agenda, that I upvoted 2 completely different posts that were 9 days apart from each other, that were about exactly the same thing.
Okay.
So I was just going to say it. Pills, Fills, and Chase both suggest a quality of life change for Kukulkan's first ability, where they should make it like Merlin's Ice one or Hell's Dark one, where you can see where the explosion is going to go. It's not hugely exciting, but I thought it was crazy how it happened, how the upvote stuff happened. Have I mentioned I'm tired?
No, mention it again, just so we're sure.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool, and I agree with it as well.
Yeah, I agree with that. Kind of a little quality of life thing that really. I mean, to be fair to them, Kukulkan is a very old god. They probably didn't even have the tech for that when Kukulkan was made. Yeah, true. I think they have added it to people though in the past. Like, I think did they add it to Hell? I think they added it to Hell. Anyway. Yeah, I mean it's just part of their. They'll probably at some point come over Kukulkan and go, "Oh, we should do it for him as well." Yeah. Another quality of life change here from Light Boy is can King Arthur get a visual effects to show that he has his big boy ult? So I mean, a musical smasher in the comments suggests like making his sword glow orange and like pulsate, like make Excalibur just kind of like almost like look alive. That would be cool. I would get behind that. That sounds awesome. I think it's pretty good. I don't know how hard it would be to implement, but it sounds awesome. So if it isn't done, I'll be very angry. Yeah, good job, community. And well done. Another quick thing from the community as well, from Trogdor, a Burninator. Please, for love of gods, let Jormungandr's first skin be a giant Manny the sock puppet. I love it. Shout out. Holding a little tear. No, for his clap. His clap. His clap tear comes out of his mouth. Oh yeah. That would be amazing. Yeah. Yeah, Manny being Tyr's sock puppet in the sock puppeteer skin.
Yeah. Shout out
for those of you who don't know.
Shout out to John Hensley actually on Twitter, who made a similar kind, not a Manny sock puppet, but a kind of fluffy, cutesy, what's the word? Plushy Jormungandr concept. I thought it was pretty cool.
Jormungandr skins are going to be interesting.
Yeah, I can't wait. And if you have any ideas of your own, submit the SMITE Community Concepts.
Link in the description, maybe, if Danny's actually clever.
No, I mean I'll put one in for now. I'll put one in today. There you go. You're welcome.
Okay. No, you won't. You'll forget.
I'll forget. Well, that's just an extra thing to talk about in mistakes, isn't it?
Oh yeah. We love that mistake section.
We love that content.
Hashtag content.
I like how when I said content, I like rubbed my fingers together as if to like represent money when we're unmonetized.
Hashtag content. Just making it rain. With podcasts that are made on 27 hours with no sleep.
So all Smitey, big fan. We're big fans.
Yep.
We are big fans.
Big fan of, I mean, mainly your name, but the rest of the stuff's cool too.
Yeah. Plot twist. What if Jormungandr actually wins, and the SMITE universe is reborn? Right?
Ragnarok.
I'm going to read something here. And I don't know whether this is from, like, their story or whether this is from, like, his story. But Merlin told them all of his memory. He told them that there had been a world before this one, and one before that, and on back into the dawn of eternity. The world they knew was simply the one that existed now. Then he told them of the cataclysm. You mean to say that Ragnarok, this apocalypse, is a cycle? Horus said slowly. I said that in a man's voice because I thought that was said by a man. That is meant to cleanse all of creation and render it anew at the cost of our destruction. Yes. There you go. So there's a little extract, I guess, from the lore.
That is Norse mythology.
Right. But
which Jormungandr is, funnily enough, part of.
Yeah. So Almighty says technically Jormungandr is a Thanos-type villain, as his motivation is that it is time for the world to be reborn, and so it must be destroyed first. It'd be cool if Jormungandr actually wins, and then the rest of the lore is either a new SMITE world where all the gods have reincarnated, or the new gods of this season, Horus, Set, and like the others that have been teased, are on a mission to undo Ragnarok and bring back the gods, like Avengers Endgame. And since it's pretty much confirmed that SMITE consists of multiple worlds, it will be even more interesting and an opportunity to introduce new worlds, maps, pantheons, etc., etc., and treat SMITE more like a multiverse. We got a SMITE cinematic universe brewing.
Well, first of all, Horus is a bad guy.
Set. Or someone.
Set's a bad guy.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. Yes, but also, I don't know. Let's think of an Avengers, Loki.
We are.
Loki is in Avengers, not to be confused with SMITE, was a bad guy, and he was kind of good by the end, right?
This idea has been around for a while. First of all, when Ragnarok was started, it's like the whole point of Ragnarok is that it's an inevitable destroying of everything, which gives birth to new things. Hence, in Thor Ragnarok, everything was destroyed. And yeah, Jormungandr was meant to be kind of the tip of the iceberg on that. The links to the MCU, I don't like as much.
I mean, I think it's just more of a way to explain what they mean. But are you saying you don't like the idea of just it in general, of doing it like that in general?
I don't know. I like the idea of going through with Ragnarok and actually destroying everything. I don't think I like the idea of it then being reversed. I like the idea of it being fully committed to.
Yeah. I think I agree with you with that. It would be weird to have like where all the gods have reincarnated. That'd be weird.
That'd be weird, but I think it'd be cool at the same time.
That might warrant like a map change. Like they might do that if they ever make a new map.
Oh, that would definitely warrant a map change. Yeah.
So yeah. Yeah. So pretty cool. I think I like the idea of the multiverse thing. I think there's a lot of people that we've met in the lore, but it tends to just be kind of solely for Norse gods, Greek gods, Roman gods. Wait, not even really Roman gods. It's just really kind of Greek and Norse right now. Like, I mean, obviously there is different pantheons and stuff, but like, where's the Mayan stuff? You know, what's happening in Maya? Is that the
I don't think that. Wait, is Maya a place?
I don't know. Maya's a name.
Is it called Maya because it's? Is it called Mayan because it's? No. There's no way it's called Maya because it's from Maya.
Maya, computer animation and modeling software.
Yep, that is a Maya.
This episode of SMITE Community Podcast is sponsored by.
Don't do it.
Maya, the computer animation and modeling software. It's not.
No, it is. Officially.
Okay.
Yeah. We've got a deal going.
Maybe we can get a deal going.
Just contact them.
Yeah, sure.
What's the next topic, Danny?
Let's talk about Odin. Captain Roman says... not our... Yeah, don't worry. Captain Roman says, for years... yes, to the title, Odin Rework concept. I'm not going to read this whole thing, but he basically says exactly everything that I have thought recently, where give Odin's kit to someone else, to a new god, and make Odin's better, because Odin deserves better than what he has right now. Because none of him is really used. Like, I don't know, like he has, like, his ravens are used for just a shield, and I don't know, like his kind of all-seeing, all-knowing, all-father presence. So this Odin Rework concept, he has gone into depth with things like vision. And he uses lots of ward kind of things. He has his own wards as part of his abilities, I think. It's very cool, and I urge people to go check it out. It's pretty cool. Captain Roman, Captain Dash.
I don't like the idea of.
I don't like you.
Kind of. Oh. I don't like the idea of shipping Odin's kit because it's not special to a different god,
like Alcon and Kukulkan.
That's different, and I don't like that anyway.
Okay.
I think if they're gonna rework Odin, they need to properly rework Odin, and
but his kit is
just
fun.
Because the current kit isn't great doesn't mean it should be used on a less great god. I think that's a stupid way of doing it.
The kit isn't not fun and not good. Like, it's just not fitting.
It would be less fitting to a different god, though.
Why?
Because it's been made for Odin. It has his ravens in it. It has his cage in it. It has
but it's not like
a lot of Odin in it.
It's not like only ravens can make shields, and it's not like only Odin can jump, and like can spin, and can make a cage.
I don't know. You'd need to find a very good pairing of theme and
It's very similar to how Ganesh is old new world.
Yes, but again, you'd need to have a very good and find a very good fit for the kind of rejigged kit in the god. As far as the kit for Odin is concerned, I agree that he doesn't feel like an All-Father, and it would be awesome if he had more stuff.
Yeah.
My first thought, when it came to the ravens and the vision, is that he can fly his raven out in a direction, and it goes like 100 units in whatever direction you aim it, and then it flies back again and gives you vision the whole way.
Mm-hmm.
Or something like that to give you the kind of map-wide all-father presence.
I mean, you can't just like replace one of his abilities with that though. The whole thing.
I'm saying if he were to be re-kitted, that's one that would be a cool thing to include. Yeah. Some kind of.
But yeah, I do
more all-fathery thing.
I do suggest people check out Captain Raymond's concept. Pretty cool. But moving on to suggestions, the suggestions side of things, from the community. 3 of these this time around. Raijin Kaijin on Reddit says, first of all, we should probably point out the fact that there was recently a community collaboration with artists.
Yes,
one of ours was part of that. And yeah, so Roman Samko, our artist, he was part of a four-way. He's part of a 4-way, and
he gets
one thing led to another, and they made a piece of art, and it was pretty good. So yeah.
Yeah, they each did a skin in, what was the theme again?
It's like Carnival, I think.
Yeah, they each did a Carnival themed skin to get a whole team of Carnival skin concepts. It's really cool.
It's very cool. I think Raijin Kaijin was part of that. Like, so that's kind of what reminded me. So anyway,
what's the thing, Danny?
So the thing is a custom skin creator. He has made like a UI for it as well. And it's just a way. It's just take the default model of like a god and add on like different hats and accessories to them.
Hats would be cool. I mean, it would have issues, like many issues, in the same way that kind of it took them a while to get buffs to work properly, and they still don't work properly in the little bands because some gods are just weird and have weird hitboxes and skeletons that it's hard to map and buff onto.
The thing is,
the example that I can think of is Unicycle Kepri, where his buff would look like a massive wheel that he rolled on because it was pointing forwards.
I mean, Raijin Kaijin's idea with this whole thing. So the idea is that you can make your own skins in Smite. It's not necessarily just like a external thing. Like it's the idea. His idea is that
I know.
Use it.
Yeah.
But he says gems can unlock you theme packs such as the Ragnarok theme, which includes like 3 breastplates, 2 shoulder pieces, boots, pants, and demonic horns. Put a lot of thought into this. It's very cool. Unlock other rare items with gems such as different weapon aesthetics, like turning Chuck's axe into a fireman's axe. Possibilities are endless. I'm not entirely sure if firemen use axes, but it's pretty cool.
This is cool, but it's a lot of work to think through.
The thing is, it's not going to be put into the game. Like, almost definitely, it's not going to be put into the game. But it
would be so cool if it was in the game, though.
Yeah.
It would be awesome if that was in the game. Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't think that's realistic.
Yeah.
But because it would need to be built from the ground up for it.
That's the thing. Yeah. You'd have to design. You'd have to design the cosmetic system with that in mind originally, right?
But it is cool. And then there's like, would you be able to put the accessories on skins for gods, which would be awesome. But this would be awesome, actually.
It would be good.
Add it anyway, Hi-Res. If you don't, I'll be very upset and stop playing the game.
Smite has a big thing with cosmetics and stuff and making personalizing, right? And that just kind of adds like one a big step onto it. You're not just got a skin that everyone has. You've also got this thing that's like pretty unique to you.
Yeah, and it's the whole like, Sun.God Ra looks really good when you put this specific hat on with this shoulder thing. Oh, that's an awesome, like, that level of customization is really cool.
Yeah, exactly.
But alas, it's not going to happen. What's the next suggestion?
Magic Fighter says, please add an ignoring role report option to Conquest modes. I could not agree more.
It is.
What?
Didn't they add it in?
They didn't add it in. They said it was a bannable offence, but there is no option yet. So the option right now is to just use the other option.
Wasn't there they said they added an option for ignoring role?
No, they said
they would.
It was a bannable offence. I don't know whether they will or not. Unless,
yes,
wait, hold on.
It should definitely be a thing.
Wait, now I'm doubting myself. Did they say that?
I thought it was a thing in the patch notes.
I don't think so. Anyway.
Well, this sure is entertaining.
So,
I'll do a little dance while Danny looks for the thing.
Yeah, great podcast content there.
Thanks.
Aussie11123 says, for our final suggestion, roll call, ranking rolls 1 to 5. I've seen this posted here before, but I just wanted to restate that roll call would probably work a lot better if everyone could rank all the rolls from 1 to 5 in order of preference. I think this would work because most people I know may or may not have have one role they prefer over the others, but they almost always have one role they really don't want to play. From myself, for instance, that is definitely carry. So, yeah. What do you reckon?
I mean, that'd be great. But the issue is that the more data you add for each person, the harder matchmaking is going to be.
I mean, obviously, this way round, though, remember that it's not a hard cap on it. Like, there is leeway, and, you're not always going to get the option you want. But this kind of...
I don't know.
This takes out, I think, the ambiguity of the 3 that you don't pick. To kind of, I don't know, say you'll give them like a random one out of your 3, it will give you like the one that you're...
And that would be cool. But it just makes logical sense that the more ambiguous each player is, the easier matchmaking is.
Yeah, sure. The easier that you're gonna have...
Like, I would love to be able to rate every roll from 1 to 5 and then have that factored in. But that's going to be ridiculous. Like, to matchmake everyone, to have... Instead of having just, say, I don't know... Oh, whoops. So instead of having, like... I move my hand down and stuff, I'm like right. 10,000, 100,000 people. And they've all got, like...
Mic?
No, I hit it with my hand. Instead of having 10, 100,000 people... And they've each got, like, mid, ADC, support, solo, whatever. You've got mid, 3, support, 4, ADC 1. It's so much more information, so much more data to crunch,
True.
and such a more complicated algorithm.
Yeah, true. So
like, it would be great.
It's always less of a talking point as well, as like when you're saying, like, oh, what are you queuing? Oh, I'm mid solo, instead of, oh, well, I'm queuing mid solo carry jungle support.
What are you queuing? Oh, I'm queuing ADC 1, mid 2, support 5, solo 1, jungle 3.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. I mean, that's weird because I'm queuing jungle 1. Maybe not such a great idea. Then when you it would be great to have in the game, but it's just so hard to actually implement.
Yeah. And that is it then for suggestions and for the community stuff.
We made it through it. I'm proud of us. Okay.
Bit more on news and a bit more on community coming up though, because it's time for the end section, which is not a new one. But it is a very good one. I like it very much. And that is Gibber Blankety Blank.
Yes!
Oh, you did it.
I'm proud of myself.
Well done. So, Blankety Blank.
Do I get a point for that?
Blankety Blank, or no, Blankety Blank, or as some people know it in America, I think is that the match game? I think.
I have no idea what the American equivalent is.
Hold on.
But Blankety Blank is a better name for it. Basically, Danny's going to read out a Reddit post, but leave blanks in there, and I have to fill in the blanks. To sacrifice half a point sometimes, there will be additional information he can give me, but that will again sacrifice half the point.
So you can sacrifice half the point for either the body of the post, or just more of the post, if I have to go further anyway, or for a hint if there is like no body.
Okay.
So there's 5 questions, so a total of 5 points an offer. So are you ready? I'm starting off semi-easily.
Okay.
So no pressure. This is from...
Yes. If I get it wrong, then it's just cruel.
Scolding Rhymes on Reddit recently. This is all from the past 2 weeks as well. This is not news. This is just a community post. But blank on Jormungandr is the title.
Okay.
The body. I will read it a little bit. Am I the only one that feels like blank should not be available for purchase on Jorm?
Is that all I get?
And I'm gonna stop there.
Okay. How long do I have?
I wasn't gonna stop there, but I realised. I'll give you like, I don't know, 40 seconds. 30 seconds.
Okay.
I'll give you 30 seconds to think.
That's not long when you start thinking. Okay.
No.
After 30 seconds is up, can I then ask for a hint and get another 30 seconds?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's either an item or potentially an item buff, like a stat for an item. So I'm thinking it could potentially be like a, CCR should not be purchasable. With his passive.
Right.
What else could there be? What specific item passives? Can I open the game?
No.
Okay,
your time is up.
Jesus. Okay, I'm gonna give a hint. I can't.
Okay, I'm gonna read more. Okay, so I'll read more of it. I mean, he has this whole passive about being immovable, but then if you get blank, it's basically an instant transmission.
An instant what?
An instant transmission.
An instant transmission?
Transmission.
The fuck? What? That's made it fucking worse. An instant transmission?
Transmission.
What?
Yeah. 10
what
seconds.
the hell?
What are you thinking?
I'm gonna have to go with CCR, which is crowd control reduction.
Yeah.
Because I have no other option, which is wrong. What the fuck is transmission?
So, it's not CCR. The correct answer is blink. Blink. And before, I was writing the agenda whilst you were in the call earlier on, and I was laughing at something. I laughed at the fact that blink and blank are very similar, and I could just see myself just, instead of saying blank, saying blink. But yeah.
Blink on Why is that an issue?
Am I the only one that feels like blink should not be available for purchase on Jormungandr? I mean, he has this whole passive about being immovable, but then if you get blink, it's basically an instant transmission.
Oh, so it's talking about
being moved. Yeah, you can't move. He can't be moved.
The whole point of he can't be moved, except... But I mean, he's moving himself though.
Yes, but also in terms of the logic behind the character, I can see where they're coming from. I don't know whether I agree with it, but
Just a infinitely long snake just moves forwards a bit. Okay, that wasn't an easy one. You're being harsh. Next one.
It was. I mean, it's easy now that you know it, right? Come on.
Not really. What the fuck's transmission?
Also, transmission is a word, and I did Google the definition of transmission: the action or process of transmitting something, or the state of being transmitted. Transmitted being
an instant movement. I was thinking of like a way of signalling to your teammates, like through a transmission to your teammates.
No,
because that's just so out of place there.
Transmission in terms of communication is like the going from one place to another, right?
Yeah,
right.
But it's only really in terms of communication. Anyway,
stop crying.
What's the second question?
The second question. So this is news now.
Okay.
Lazy R3X on put this on Reddit, so I'm going to use their title. This is a tough one, and I will read the tweet as well. I'm going to read the whole thing. So the Reddit title is blank has left Hi-Res and is going to focus on content creation. The tweet of this person reads, "Today was my last day at Hi-Res as I say a bittersweet goodbye to my studio family and embark on my own business adventure. I will be jumping into creating content full time with daily videos, streaming, guides and more. See you there." And someone, Shenmoki, comments to this Reddit post saying, "He's a great dude and has a bright future in entertainment if he sticks to it. The first person who got me to learn anything about Conquest Smite, like 3.5 years ago, and the reason I decided to stick with Smite and not Dota 2. His voice and loud nose breathing are so nostalgic to me." There's a long one. There's a lot. I read a lot of stuff, but there wasn't much in it.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff there, but there isn't actually any specifics besides loud nose breathing. So and also that they were making tutorial content 3.5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know how I want it to be. And you know how I want it to be.
You want to leave?
I want to be making content 24/7.
Oh, right. Yeah, but you don't want him leaving Hi-Res.
I don't want him to leave...
I assume we're talking about
Hindu, by the way. Yeah. We're both big Hindu fans.
Yeah, we'd love him to
I would love it if he made daily videos. That would be awesome.
Yes, but also we don't want him to leave Hi-Res. Christ.
No.
Be careful what you wish for.
If it was for a better content creation...
No, we don't want him... No. Absolutely not. No. Like,
as long as he kept doing patch notes.
Casting.
Okay, but casting. Oh, he is the best caster.
I mean, that is kind of his job as well.
Yeah, but... I just want him to bring back...
Alright, anyway. Are you telling me
So it's not Hindu. This is what I've gleaned from that conversation with you.
It's not Hindu. Yeah, I'll give you that one. For free. Would you like... Would you like a hint?
I need a hint. There's no way.
This guy... Okay, well, there's the first clue, because... Maid was the designer, and I'm fairly certain, of Kepri and Ratatoska. I just need to check my facts. But I believe so. Don't Google. Are you Googling?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not good on Hi-Res employees. I don't know who designed...
He was also a caster, by the way.
I'm going to know the name when you say it.
Okay.
But I cannot. I can't.
Are you familiar?
I'm going to guess Hi-Res Chuck. Because that's a random name. No offense, Chuck. That's a random name. I'm sorry.
Are you familiar with Rory Newborough?
No.
Are you familiar with Dry Bear?
Oh, it's a Dry Bear.
There we go. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's Dry Bear. And So obviously he went on from Smite to Paladins to Bot Smashers, which went nowhere, to Realm Royale, and so now he's going to do content creation.
Oh, okay.
Figure.
Look forward to seeing stuff, Summary. Wow,
nice.
Look forward to seeing stuff from him. That's exciting.
It's very cool. Aloha on Reddit puts this: currently on tour at Chichen Itza.
What the fuck?
AKA the Temple of Blank.
Oh, you're mean. The thing is, if I guess a pantheon now, it's gonna be racist.
Are you familiar with Chichen Itza? Have you heard of Chichen Itza before?
No.
You haven't? Okay.
My guess would be entirely based on the pronunciation of the thing. And the fact there are still active temples. Not active, but like there are still temples up, so it's probably not Mayan. Chichen Itza. Again, I'm gonna sound so... You've made me sound so racist, this isn't fair. But I'm gonna guess Chinese.
Okay. I mean, is it based on the fact that it's Ch?
But, yeah, roughly.
That's fine.
Temple of Chichen Itza.
No, it's the Temple of Blank.
Oh, okay.
It's called the Chichen Itza.
The Chichen Itza, the Temple of Blank.
Your time is up, and it has been for a while.
Okay.
But I gave you a little bit of time.
Well, I need a hint. This is really cruel.
Well, the thing is, I thought you were familiar with this. Which is... They do get harder, by the way, as well.
Why would I be familiar with the temple... with the Chichen Itza?
Yes, the Chichen Itza is... Okay, so... I'm trying to find a good comment here. Okay. I'm going to give you this one. And this might give it away very much. Fable281 in the comments says...
I'm sure it'll be okay.
Praise the noodle.
What?
Come on. What's the noodle in Smite?
I've heard of it.
Yeah. It's a food. It's probably that might be where you heard of it. The noodle.
My first thought is Ao Kwang.
Right. Anything else?
Who else could the noodle be?
Thumbs up.
Ao Kwang.
Sort of. Kukulkan.
Is it Kook? Fuck! I thought of Kook. Fuck. I wasn't sure if Kook was Chinese.
No,
to be completely honest.
That was a harsh one. I put it in the middle. I thought you were familiar with Chichen Itza, and it was kind of like it's Mayan stuff.
Why would I be familiar with Chichen Itza?
It's in Civ. It's a well-known monument.
Nope.
Is that the word? No. Temple.
There we are. Okay, so how many questions have I got wrong?
3.
Nice.
Out of 3.
Let's throw 4 at me.
Freya Dance on Reddit. This is something you're gonna have to think about hard.
Fuck. That isn't one of my strong points.
The blank, which is potentially multiple words.
Okay. The blanks
is hidden if you have a Baron on your team.
What?
With a picture. The blank is hidden if you have a Baron on your team.
And it's the blank.
Yes, the blank is hidden if you have a Baron on your team. think about it.
What
What are you thinking? What are you thinking?
I mean, if it was something obvious like the fire giant, then we would know by now.
But why?
Surely.
Why would that be hidden if you have a Baron?
I would have known that. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking as well.
Right.
Which is why I'm thinking something about the enemy Baron or something.
Right.
The enemy something.
Oh, I see.
Unless it's an item. Unless Baron's Brew is fucking with something.
Maybe.
The Elixir of Speed? What's it called? Is it called the Elixir of Speed?
There is an item called the Elixir of Speed. You also have a hint.
Yeah, but I don't want to have to use the hint. It is very broad, and all I can think of related to Baron is Baron's Brew, meaning some items aren't, meaning a consumable isn't available.
Right.
This is over 30 seconds as well.
Yes.
Throw the hint at me.
Okay. So this is what they put in the
I
comments.
want to get half a point.
This is what
I want to get something.
This is what the original poster put in the comments. A friend pointed out to me that he couldn't find the blank. We realised that it was hidden because of Baron's Brew.
Okay, so it's
I
an
knew
item.
that Baron was still broken.
Wait, okay, broken as in not working though. It must be the Elixir of Speed then. The blank. What else could there be? Because it wouldn't be the power pot or the wards. It would just be wards or power pots.
30 seconds up. Where are you going with?
I'm going to go with the Elixir of Speed.
If you went for Elixir of Speed without the hint, I would have given you half a point.
What?
It's Elixir of Power.
Oh, okay. How was I meant to get which elixir it was?
Because, and this is where kind of some of the thinking had to come in, because that is the way that they are around. Like, it's the Elixir of Speed first, then defense, then power. And it's in, like, currency.
So I was meant to guess because it's the last one.
I mean, it's in currency order as well, which I didn't realise until just now.
Okay, I wasn't. It's actually much broader than you would have thought it would be for the without saying Baron's Brew.
Right.
And I should have just went. Okay, this time I'm just gonna go for it. My gut instinct. I'm gonna go for it in this round.
Okay.
This last question.
Okay, so I love Tales on the Reddit.
I'm not gonna ask questions about their username.
Says the SMITE official blank tier list 1.0. Just started playing this game recently and have been really enjoying it. Thought I'd make a blank tier list for memes and for fun.
I have to say,
yeah,
a blank tier list isn't very useful.
Very good. And for fun, I put some effort into this to make sure the ranking is accurate. Note that skins can affect a god's ranking as well, and I put a description below if a specific skin influenced a position for a god. So without further ado, here's the list. So here are the gods that are on this list. Kuk,
Okay.
Sobek, Ymir, Fafnir, Ratatoska, Kamazots, Cerberus, Humbats, Sun Wukong, Arnher, Bastet, Fenrir, Chiron, Kuzenbo, Serket, Kernanos, Medusa. It's actually in that order as well.
So it's not a roll.
So
Because
it's remember this is for memes. This is a meme
Yeah.
tier list what is the tier list for?
Skins can affect it, but they aren't an all-important factor.
Kook, Sobek, Ymir, Fafnir, Ratatoska. Yeah, so skins is kind of like I guess like a cosmetic-y thing, right? Ratatoska, Camazots, Cerberus, Bats, Wukong, Arnher, Bastet, Fenrir, Chiron, Kuzan, Saket, Carlos Medusa. What is the tier list for?
I mean, they all have... They all have fairly big CC, I think. No, Wukong was there, wasn't he?
Skins.
Ymir's sticking out. You said skins wasn't that big a factor, though.
I'll repeat it. Note that skins can affect a god's ranking as well. And they put a description below if a specific skin influenced the position for a god.
Oh, this is challenging. List the gods again.
yeah. Kukulkan.
Yep.
Sobek.
Yep.
Ymir.
Yep.
Fafnir. Ratatoska. Camazots. Cerberus. Humbats. Sun Wukong.
Okay, I think I've got a theme.
What's your theme?
The ultimates.
The ultimate.
They all have They all seem to have very either me or impactful or satisfying ultimates. Most fun ultimates. I'm gonna go with most fun ults.
Are you going most fun ults as your final answer? No.
You emphasised the word ults there.
No hint required.
You said most fun ults. Is it just most fun?
I'm not going to tell you what you're going with.
Most fun ults.
And you can also choose a hint as well. We're going most fun ults.
Yep.
Okay. It's not right. So this is a hard one, and remember this is the last one as well. Like I know they've all been hard because I thought some of these would be easy.
You were wrong.
Yeah.
You underestimated my stupidity.
It's the SMITE official tail tier list 1.0.
What?
Hence the name I Love Tails, by the way, from the start.
What? So we're talking like...
So
Ymir hasn't got a tail, though.
Skins can affect a god's ranking as well.
Oh, is it the thingy Ymir skin where he's got the little...
The purple skin.
Thingy tail.
Yeah.
I did not see that.
There we go. So, I mean, that was the one that you weren't meant to get. And the other ones you were, like, kind of meant to get. But this is fine. This is my fault.
Fuck off.
This is my fault.
You overestimated me.
I'd like to point out the fact that they missed off Darji from the list as well. They put that in the edit. She kind of,
is that the worst that I've done?
Well,
have I ever got 0 out of 5?
I don't think you've ever got worse than that. So, yes.
I hate you. Okay.
Well, there you go. Thank you for playing. I'm sorry. Man. So, awesome. Thank you very much. That's it then. That's the podcast. That's podcast 17. Yeah. Any last words? I'm too tired to think of last words, so you can do the last words.
Take care.
Bye-bye. No, we have stuff to say. I want to say that keep track of Twitter for if you're interested in the awards ceremony for SMITE Community Concepts.
Yes. There has been a schedule kind of flibumpting. Look, everything went. That's a good word I just made up.
Flibumpting.
Everything kind of went tits up, but we think we can probably land it, and it'll be fun. And that will also bring with it changes to the podcast potentially.
Everything went tits prime, and no, I think it's the fact that we're not just. It's not just the fact that we're doing awards. It's the fact that what comes after awards as well, and we want to make some big changes to community concepts, and we want to kind of do it as flowy as possible, and one big way of doing that is to kind of just make 1 year, so before awards like one format and after awards another format.
If we delay awards a little bit, then it lines up really nicely to have one nice complete set.
Yeah. So
potentially series or season.
So yeah. So either way, big things planned, and we're very excited. There's also big things planned for this podcast as well. And if you have any feedback or suggestions for either of the series or anything like that, then do let us know in the comments. But yeah, there's going to be a lot of changes to this podcast. Potentially a rebranding, I think we could say.
We can say that. That's pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I like the rebranding.
And some format changes here and there with it. So
big mix-ups. It'll be good.
New series being planned as well. So yeah, let's get past uni stuff first, though. Hey.
Yeah.
Right. Anyway. So yeah, other than that, if you
why
have
are we even saying this? No one's still here.
Yeah, I know. This is great though. We can say it and no one's listening. We're not spoiling anything. If you have anything for us to talk about, then do tweet us at nomnetworkyt with the hashtag SmiteComPod. And until next time, I think that's it. So thank you very much for listening. So my voice go really high. Take care.